Hello, everybody. I'm a little bit late. I see I'm, trust me stuck here. We'll readjust a little bit. There we go. I think you can see me. Those of you who want to, you've just joined the Wicked Lady Hippie, and we're at my freaking bar. Needs gloves are off. Mind your manners. I'm an old hippie. I'm a good hippie. I'm a hippie. Background: Army veteran, published author, mother of one, grandmother of two. Worked hard all my life, retired now. Good enough for that. I'll still probably jump right into me again anyway. I hate to actually drop videos. There's a few who don't. They're like me, but they have good guests. And unfortunately, all the people I know who would actually be very good guests will not go on camera. They will not do it. We will be here sitting here at my bar, and we redesigned the entire bottom floor. That's the story to it. He went to get a little corner bar at a $7 million home. He did not know that. They had that little picture. Didn't know it was a $7 million home, followed, GPS. And he said, well, that's the price it is. The price I left to come get it. He said, but it's a Remington, and he sent a video to me. I was like, oh my God, well, okay, we'll have to take out the dining room. He said, you're kidding, I can still have it. I was like, why not? We're retired. We're going to use that dining room anyway. Just some things down on the bar. So we have this Remington bar. It's big, with the railing for the feet, and it's a square horseshoe. It's got the big mirror that goes with it, that holds the stemware and holds extra bottles. And for us, there's a lot of shot glasses because I collected them for like a long time. So, and you easily get 6 seats here. But the way that we designed the entire bottom floor is completely fluid. So if we have people over and there's not enough chairs at the bar, then they have the love seat, which is right by the bar. And then further off is a chair and, a sofa and things like that. But we really usually don't, unless we're having a party, have that many people at the same time. I get to smoke these, maybe quit smoking, but I have to write some books. My husband allows me these little cigars when I am on a podcast and when I'm at the bar. I'm not supposed to smoke, but when I was in Europe and I was serving in the Army in Europe, my son was born in Heidelberg, to give you an idea. I liked these. We sold them. I lived off base because on base you had to wait forever to get an apartment, okay? And they would have like something with an 8-bedroom open. And I'm like, the hell am I doing with freaking 8-bedroom? There were families that needed that probably. But, you can't, at that point, I hadn't even had my baby. So I'm living off base, and I love it. It's a little cottage on a farm, about 15 clicks out of Karlsruhe, where I was stationed at first in Europe. And yes, the Berlin Wall was still there. You still needed a passport to breathe. And it was close enough to the back forest that I could go on over there. Nothing was legal there. You could go to Amsterdam, didn't matter what the hell you did. Kind of like America back in the 70s. That tells my age. I'm a hippie. I was hoping the rest of the hippies would jump in me. Come in here, have a drink, let's talk. I've got live chat up and comment, hit the comments if you want. I do ask everybody to please share. This is my second channel. I had a massive accident, could not leave my bed for a year. And I mean, literally. And I put up, I think it was 2 of them. I still have pain pills. They don't treat you for that. They say bones don't hurt when they're broken. So we'll go with it. My nose is bothering me. Usually if your nose itches, someone's coming. It's an old saying. So I went in and tried to tell everybody, I'm going to be off the air for about a year. I literally, somebody had to help me up, and I couldn't even get into one of the bar chairs. It was that bad. Now I didn't have surgery for a month after it was badly broken in all kinds of places. This ankle was semi-detached, and you've only got 2 bones in the leg, and both of those were broken in several different. It was bad. And so I was a mess. And then Hurricane Helene came through on the day I was to have surgery. I am treated by the VA. I always have been since I was 17. I served my Army. I served my country, both as a soldier and a civilian. So I've always been at the VA. It's 5 minutes from here. The weird thing about that is my husband's father, Korean War vet, passed away at the same VA that I now get major medical work done, the surgical part being the one. They did open a smaller VA that does not have an ER, doesn't do all this stuff. It's clinics mainly, and it works great, there's a pharmacy there and all that, but I prefer that. They call that one the uptown, and then they call the other one the downtown, which is about 3, maybe 4 clicks or miles away. So they're right there, that wasn't available when my father-in-law passed. So the life goes on. I keep getting up. Somebody keeps telling me it's 2026, and I keep calling them a damn life. I look in the mirror and I go, holy crap. I have yet to meet a hippie, no, not even a son, that said, yeah, man, I knew I was going to make it to my 60s or what have you. Back when we were hippies and we weren't working 2 jobs in college so we could get another job when they changed the equipment and the phones. My husband made me wear a phone from 1990 on. And I ran divisions and so forth, but I was like behind the scenes medical. And if you needed it, we had it. And it was up to us to get it done right, get it to you in the amount of time that you had. And that's no easy feat, although they've locked it all together now and it seems to be working well. It was a pain in the ass when they started, but I knew that from being there in IT for, 25 years or more. Does again rank me. Retired. Thank you for those compliments. It is so appreciated. Y'all are so kind. I have been everywhere but to see God today. Yes, I'm so old, guys. I was a waitress at the Last Supper, okay? So probably turned me into a hippie. I still want to know which church is real. Jesus himself said, those churches aren't real. And you figure the ones that have to buy their own planes with the money people gave them for what, I don't know. Yet they think that's the right church. Have they heard of Jim Jones? Okay. Go hate me. I hear people arguing when it's time to elect a president, which amuses me no end to be able to say to them, your vote does not elect the United States president. The Electoral College votes in the next year's president. Oh, no, I love having Google now on their phones. And I'm having this argument with my children and my grandchildren. I'm like, Google it. Oh, damn. I've never heard of the Electoral College. I was like, yeah. Most Americans are stupid. I don't give it to you in history. You don't know. You read a book. You really watch TV. Y'all are out there too hard, just like we were, making that dollar. You're trying to pay off $250,000. Well, a little over $250,000 house. We were just trying to pay off a little less than $100,000 house in our day. We've been here 15 years now. This was our kid's starter home, my son's starter home. His son was 13. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. We turned the upstairs into 2 apartments due to the pandemic because my grandson had just come home from Korea and it was it. That's when he became a veteran. Bless him. I had a blast myself. We were the first company of women. There were 5 companies to each battalion. We were the first company of women to train with the men as regular soldiers and not in the Women's Auxiliary Corps as WACs. In other words, typists and nurses. Although I was trained to do both, and I had to be signed by parents to get in. And I was on delayed entry. While I was on delayed entry, they closed the WAC, the WAVE, so forth bases, and the WAFs and all. And no, they all had to train with the men. And they looked at all of us, we've been traveling for like a day and a half. And they said, this is, told us exactly what was going on. You're no longer a WAC, you are now regular Army. You will train with the men. Now we understand, you guys did notice, it's like the changed while you were in the air. So all of the government has determined that anyone who doesn't want to stay, any of the women, he stressed the women, and want the boys to leave. But you could leave, and we would pay for your ticket, everything back home. I think a month's pay might have been offered too. No stint against you because you did not know, you didn't make that choice. And we women looked at each other and said, oh, hell no, we're sticking right on here, buddy, bring it. We're women, we don't give a shit. Bring it. They did. My eyelashes hurt for 4.5 weeks. He they gave me a real grenade, and I said, run. It's like, they always pick me last for softball. Why are you here? And I ended up getting a nickname while I was there for Chicago, Illinois. Um, and the CEO said, "You're from Chicago, Illinois?" I said, "Yes, sir." Or yes, Drill Sergeant, you got to say. And he said, "Well, you don't have a rap sheet." I was like, "Yeah, I know. I worked hard to avoid that." And he said, "Bullock, you're with me. From now on, she's wicked. And if I say come with me, I mean move it." Now, most everybody else was called, not private. They didn't have a rank. You had to have at least one chevron to be called private. You were called a trainee. I was a fucking PFC, a private first class. So that was fun. So when they screwed up, I got shit. Trust me, they only screwed up once, and it wasn't by much, but it was enough. But they didn't do it again. It's hard for a man to out-clean a woman. It's hard for a man to keep it clean, like women. It's hard. It's harder to do some things than it was for women to do other things. Men have upper body strength to the max against the girls. The women have the lower body strength against the guys. So, somehow it balanced out. We all did well. I broke my knee on wildfire maneuvers when we were at bivouac training for the last days to get. Then we would be out and sent to a duty station. And I did it saving my partner's life because she shouldn't have been up firing. Had I fired, I would have, flags and stuff. When you killed her, you don't pass. And so instead, I went to the ground, leaving at least one of us up. She had one up, one down. That's how it went. I thought, well, how did she not understand that? Yeah, and of course, another girl. But she's not my buddy. I was in charge of everybody. I didn't have a damn buddy. I had whoever was up, I guess, on rotation. And she finally goes down, and I got to get up. My leg is broken. My kneecap just, and still I get up and I'm lobbing grenades in there like I'm freaking Rambo. I'm 5 foot 200 pounds, man. They must have amused the guys so much to watch us back then days, especially as small as I was. But I had a little experience with little things. I had fencing, I had swimming, I had archery. My husband said I went to a resort, not high school. We had a lot of stuff that nobody, and not just my state, but in many states and the people I talked to, they went, "You would what? You did what? At school you did tennis?" Yeah, we finally got rid of dodgeball. That was good. I told you we'd end up talking about me. I always do that. So, for those of us who remember the 70s, and if you don't, watch the show. It's almost right. Used to be at my next door neighbor's house downstairs with the pool table, the same freezer, and that's where the popsicles were. The only thing that was you could not do, you could not drink. Well, they found a way to get around that. You knew they would. They'd be going, "Can we make some Kool-Aid?" Sure. I get you some sugar. No, we got that. We're just going to add the water. We're going to make sure. And it was Boone's Farm wine that had just come out. So the first time I ever got loaded, I thought I was just drinking strawberry Kool-Aid. I woke up the next day, I was like, dang, I'm not touching that stuff ever again. What was in that Kool-Aid? So I learned about wine. I was about to ship out at that time, so it was a trip. And this is what I'm talking about. We were hippies. It was always, sex, drugs, rock and roll, whatever. It was sex, drugs, rock and roll. And man, the 70s and the 80s, even almost into the 90s, we rocked our ass off, man. You guys are still using our music, some of you anyway. At least maybe to break the whatever the other stuff. I've seen them dancing to the bump and grind one. Now, I liked some of that, don't mistake me. But when I first saw it, the girls were doing this thing where they were on the floor, and it looked like they were humping the floors. And it was, I said, man, we thought dirty dancing was bad. We had disco dancing, and then dirty dance, what I call dirty dances. We danced the same way as that movie. There was another movie about dancing, and we danced that way. We danced our asses off. I even got my husband to do it. Went back to Texas 6 times, so San Antonio, as a matter of fact. So you can imagine I love Texas. I'm in Georgia. I'm in Augusta, Georgia now. We have grandchildren on his side, my side. So it's, this is how it worked out. I'm always next to a base. Up until 3 years ago, I was working at a base or right around it. So, it's always been that way for me. I don't even think about it, just do it. Same here, we're one exit from my children, we're one exit from the base. I call it Fort Gordon. I do. But they changed the name. I don't know what they changed it to because I'm sorry, I'm just old and a hippie. It's fucking Fort Gordon. Now, the Gulf of America, I love. Donnie, you were spot on there, baby doll. Oh, man. Well, if you can call Kid Rock Bob, I can call the President of the United States Donnie. He's funny. He get that. He know what I was talking about. I like that man. He's funny. People don't seem to get it. I'm looking around the room and I'm like, y'all didn't see that was funny. It's funny. It's the way he says it. He's very deadpan about it, and it's dry wit, and I just love it. I love the little shorts, the little the little Donnie shorts that they have. President Trump and Giggle Girl, what's it, Kamala? Yeah, I mean, we had 4 years of Weekend at Bernie's, and they're going to all now what they've done. Come out, it's been a year and a half. They wrote a book, said they didn't know a damn thing. Don't know how that got past them. And they still have jobs with journalists. And yeah, I'm not sure how that happens. I ran a newspaper for a small city, very small city, for 4 years, I think, maybe into 5 years, as a side job. Like I said, small paper. But it was 7 days a week. I mean, you had 7 days a week. That paper was out 7 days a week. So you were on at some point, either in the morning or evening, whenever you squeeze by there. I don't take positions where somebody tells me what to do. I take positions where I tell them what to do. It's easier that way. It just is. So I'm now retired and I'm trying to do the podcast. When I got hurt, the channel, I took that off. Well, I left it open, kind of. And I started a new channel because it just wasn't working. So I've lost my audience over there, and I was on 7 days a week then. And since my accident, I cannot do that anymore. So only on 3 days a week. You would think I could pull that off because I was on 7 every day for the first year. Then you'll find that gap of like a year and some months. And I'm back and I'm supposed to be every 3 days, no weekends. And you can't find me. So please hit the subscribe. Do me a favor, please share with your friends. Get the hippies together. Let's talk. We used to all sit down and get just all kind of fucked up, which I'm doing now legally. I'm with Bill Maher. I love you, babe. Johnny Carson, right? I ain't Joe Rogan. I love you too, baby. Terrible what happened with news radio. Just terrible. I'm so sorry you went through that. I've watched you for many, many years, and I love you, love you, love you. Cat Williams, I always say something about you too. Charlie Kirk was murdered. He was massacred. He was assassinated in front of millions. And I hit my knees when I heard it, said it was just like JFK. And I did not know he had a podcast, a wife, kids, nothing. The only thing I knew Charlie for was going on campus and saying, prove me wrong. He didn't use his phone. He didn't have a speech or what have you. He just off the cuff. And I would say 9 out of 10 that he talked to went, well, that makes more sense. And actually started thinking for themselves again instead of being programmed lunatics. And mind you, I have a son who's now watching CNN like it's God. My grandson, which threw me, I mean, I was so gobsmacked, I didn't talk for a week. And trust me, honey, that's gobsmacked for me. He argued with me about what CNN had to say about something. I don't remember what it was. And of course, they immediately come out and prove me right. Even though I actually texted him and added the clip, still he defended CNN. And I raised that kid more or less. Same with my son and his wife. So we've got nothing in common anymore. There's no way I'm going to go over there and even open my mouth about politics because it's going to be a free-for-all. I don't back down from shit. I'm from Chicago. It's like a thing. It just is, Well, I took karate classes for decades. in the military, and I've stayed armed since then. It was bad enough I was always carrying a concealed weapon, and then my husband decides I'm to be tagged with a phone. So I didn't like that. I don't even know why. I guess just, I was always having to answer a phone. So I didn't like that. And then he decided we needed a home computer. Well, that's what I did all day. I type 145 words a minute without an error. That translates, ladies, to fast reading. And your fingers knowing what they're doing without you thinking what they're doing. I was trained in a manual typewriter, had no letters on the keys. You had a shot of the keyboards were in front of you. And your exercises were practicing where that was, how to pick up this. And, you had to still move the carriage. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We didn't have Xerox. We had something we called carbon paper. Try that shit. And at my place, and many times for the military in particular, 60 doctors had to have that document. You have one guy write it, approve it, give it to me to translate, type out, and get to the other 60 doctors before 3 that afternoon. No zero. You had to be fucking fast. I like my whiskey on the rocks. Turned out I was adopted when I was 9. And I know who the real family is, and this is one of their castles, but I got my, I don't know what they call them. I don't say that close. Clan, that's it, the clan symbols on them. They tried telling me I was Native American, my sister's dark hair, dark eyes. Not so much. I believed them, even though I said, no way, my name is Holmes, it was Holmes. Everybody kept telling me it wasn't as I was growing up. But I knew it was. I was reading college level at 9. Did they think I'd forget at 3? And so, oh, no. We don't know what your name was. Well, I just told you. So it turned out when I was 30, my husband's my husband's sister was married to the half brother, one of the half brothers. He was a truck driver. My husband is retired, but he's a truck driver. He trained him. He's also an ace mechanic. I can do about everything. I'm not kidding you. If you can't fix it with duct tape in the South, you're screwed anyway. I love it down here. When I first came down here, Warner Robins had not absorbed Kelly Base yet, so it was not very big. And the first thing they asked me when I came down to visit, that first night, I was tired, and my sister had already gone to somebody's house, and I didn't want to go anywhere else. I was just exhausted. And they said, what would you like? Well, I like Taco Bell. Not Taco Bell. Well, we'll go with Taco Bell because I can't think of it else now. Taco Cabana. And they made the greatest carne asada. It was roast beef and gravy. It was really good. And they said, we've got tacos. We'll go get it. Come on. And I'm so tired. I was thinking, couldn't one of you go and the other 14 stay here? It's not really impressed at that point with South. Like I know where the North won. So I don't like it. I didn't front on that. Off we go. We were down below Perry, which is below Warner Robins, which is below Macon. I fit you. And so 30 minutes later, we pulled into Warner Robins, Taco Bell. They got tacos, and I'm like, okay. I'm thinking we're going in. It's been 30, 40 minutes to get there. There's it looks like a clown car, okay? And people kept getting out. But we didn't. They went up to the window and they ordered, what everybody wanted. And I'm thinking, this stuff sucks after it's cold. It's going to take 30, 40 minutes. It's wintertime. They're going to get cold. No, we got the heat on. So after eating a cold taco, I had a hot shower and went to bed. So that was my first time meeting them. Oh, I forgot to throw in the part where they said they didn't know where my luggage was. Little pimply faced boy behind his little stuffed up can, I don't know what you call it, a podium. And, you know, I don't have a need to care. We just don't know where they are. You'll have to come back tomorrow. I jerked that boy up over that podium and set him down on the floor and said, "Is it your problem now?" Yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am. I go, I forgot people were meeting me. Turns out 3 nieces and the sister-in-law, the half-brother, had come to pick me up. All 3 girls went, "Oh my God, she's gonna kill us." They never let me live that down, by the way. The guy came back with my luggage. It's really a good story when I think about it. I was young, slightly. So off we go, yeah. So, and that was the whole thing. And then I ended up coming down to Georgia because I was a single parent. My kid was starting to learn them the few weeks I was here. He wanted to meet him when I went back. And so that, okay, we'll go do that. The second day I was here, I already had a job. And the third day I was here, they wanted me to move in with somebody, the real mother. And it just got worse from there. Turned out we were divorced. I was divorcing, and so was my husband, who was the brother of the woman who called my adopted brother to find me, was married to the half-brother. Now, they were dark, small, dark people, kind of. The husband that the mother showed me a picture of that was my father looked just like me. Very light-skinned, hazel eyes, gold red hair. So I'm thinking, that might have been back on again, off again. You couldn't deny it. There was just so much different. Still, I went everywhere. I did what they do. You know, you do the shows they did, the Native American shows on Browns Mountain, stuff like that. So we did do that. And my husband was also on the chieftain line. And then our chief passed away. This is of the nation, the Creek Nation. So then my husband was chief for a while. And we just could not keep up anymore. Our kids were graduating and we were having grandkids. And it's like, it's the next generation's time. We've done it 20 years. And we were really relieved to be a lead of that burden. And then my son had a fit. His real aunt, his aunt on his father's side looked him up, or he found her. I don't know which way that went. I'm blind. And so that she wanted me to have a test because she didn't believe that her nephew was Native American. And I tried to explain it. I met her twice. She had come down here. And we had rented cabins at the lake, 2-story cabins, so we had plenty of room. Right at the lake, all our boats are moored, If you're in the South, in Georgia in particular, you've got a boat. I don't care if it's made out of duct tape, you got a boat. And I've seen the ones with duct tape. So she's seen me twice as well. And didn't even look at me or listen to me or try to speak to her. She never answered me. I found it all very strange. And then my son tells me after she leaves, I was thinking, was it me or was she acting really cold towards me? Wouldn't even look at me, wouldn't answer me. And I had no problems with my sister-in-law when I left. I thought we were friends, if nothing else. And my son said it's because she thought that you and Dad stole $20,000 from Grandma because he kept saying it was for me and it was for you and you guys were starving or we were starving. And I'm like, but that never happened. He said, I know, I tried telling her over and over and again, you worked 2 jobs and we never went without anything. And so, and that never went away. I don't know what that was about. His biological father, my son's, he passed away 45 years ago. He was my husband's age, we were the same age. So it's been a long, long bit of everything. And that was why I wanted to start this, because I said, hey, tomorrow's just not a given. It's time for us to entertain ourselves with this Jets shit. I mean, come on. We need to get up here and be the hippies we once were and talk about shit. But everybody seems to be afraid to talk. Either they're afraid to talk like my guys will not get on camera and say anything. And even comment or live chat, I'll go days where they're not in there. Is everybody afraid of being a hippie, or am I just not that good. I thought it's entertainment purposes only. I didn't say I was great. You have to listen to the whole thing. Throw your opinions in. What do you want to talk about? Do you want to talk about the fact that for 4 different times they have testified before Congress that we have 20 odd different nations visiting the planet Earth from other solar systems? Quote. No, nobody's game for that. Okay. Anybody remember sightings? No? Anybody interested in the paranormal? Wait. No? You will be when it shows up. I mean, that fight or flight shit is for real, unless you're petrified. And then you can't even blink. I had 2 of those. My son came running in, jumped in my lap when we were redoing my husband's mother's place. We inherited it. And he came flying through 2 sets of French doors, landed on my lap, going, there's this huge shadow in their mouth. It's like, it's not dark, it's darker than dark. It's like it drinks in the light in the dark. He said, it's as high as the ceiling. And his whole body was trembling. And I usually have a rosary either on or right next to me. And I grabbed it, and on my way through the French doors, there was some shelves in my Bible, and my holy water was there. Don't get me wrong, I don't have that for any particular reason. It's just kind of a holdover from being Catholic, and I just do it. It's the way I was raised, more or less. And so, I grabbed that. My kids screaming, don't go in there, don't go in there. It's right by the stove. And of course, it wasn't there. And that's when I started to investigate that. That was 2005. And still, all we had on by then was taps. Which became ghost hunters. And they weren't bad, mind you. There were all these wires they had to run, and oh man. Now we've got guys out of Atlanta that just run through with their phones, man. Like, wow. So it changed in the few years. Hell, I think I came in when the telegraphs were still being run. Pretty sure, because I used to from Germany, I put it. You didn't just call home from Germany like you do on your phones now? Oh, no, you didn't do. For one, you had to have an operator connect you and all this other stuff. You had to have like $400 to type in there before they'd do that. And then you get another bill if you didn't have it. I mean, it was ridiculous. You just couldn't do it. So the military would set it up once a month, and we called it a Watts line. I don't remember why. She had 3 minutes to go, hi, I'm really good. How you all doing? He's, hi, you're done. But I only talked to, okay. That was funny. And the flight in and out of there, I had to do a couple of times because family was ill. And take your own vacation to do that too. I'm not sure how they do that now. And so, I mean, they were used to men, and then the women came. And when we came in, they run you through every 6 weeks. So they were staffing women all over the world very quickly, including, of course, the United States. And nobody was ready for that. It was not like MASH at all. We thought it would be, but it wasn't. No, you were going to work. I had a baby, still did, guard duty with a rifle. None of that changed, and I didn't want it to. I've seen our fighter pilots out there, man. I love them anyway. But I saw this one girl turn that jet this way and land it. I was like, oh, you go, girl. Love it, love it. You didn't have anybody. There was no women fighter pilots. Amelia Earhart, I think, was the last woman anybody knew about the flu. I met her. So I'm hoping that the hippies out there will unite, come give an old woman a hand. And yes, thank you. I don't mean a virtual hand. Come on up here, bring your own drink. We'll Zoom call. You can comment, live chat. You can say, oh, lady. How about this one? I don't care what we talk about. There was never an agenda when I was a young woman. And like we went through the Nintendo phase, everybody brought their TVs over and they all played Nintendo. Had the cheat book, and we asked my kid how to do it. We drank a little more back then. I know you're out there. Come and see me. I live in Augusta, Georgia. So we have the Masters here. Most of us park our cars and say, screw this. We get all our shit before we park that car. We also took on, I think it was Lackland Air Force Base. Both those bases were in San Antonio with Kelly and Lackland. Kelly absorbed by Warner Robins Air Force Base. and it's in Warner Robins. It's an easy one there. And then, of course, Kelly was just brought here, I think 3 years ago. And it just exploded. I hated it. Masters was bad enough, but then they had to start adding 4 and 5 lanes. So you were down to 1 lane, and they had to live both sides. It was just ridiculous. I hated that shit. I got to where I only went down 2 miles away from me. I went to the grocery store for one shot back. I was good. Even if the Masters was down, I could get there and back. Might take an hour and a half. This is the reason my husband lets me have these. I have to talk while I'm up here. And when I do so, they go out. Put them in here. They come in these tiny little packs. There's 5 in them. And he bought me a humidifier, a humidor rather. Anyway, to put them in the plastic wrapped anyway. There's 5 to a pack. And if I go through like 5 in a week, he wants to know why. How long were you on there? How many drinks did you have? A little bit. Got a brush of cinnamon at the end of those. Yeah, I like my whiskey on the rocks. My husband indulges me a lot. He buys me these little airplane bottles. I love the little airplane bottles, got a collection. And this is a whiskey fireball. Hence the cinnamon burst. And he buys me buckets of, you can't make it up, buys me buckets of this shit. He says, I just don't want to go to the liquor store every month. So it's buckets, which is really cool. And he knows I don't have but the one, unless I'm feeling lucky. I might have 2. Went to the VA today because they sent me a text saying I had some medicine. Just had to come in and get it. I texted him back. I said, got a lot better at the VA. I texted him back and I said, I can't go today. I just got the text. I'll pop in tomorrow afternoon. Is that okay? And I got a yes back and all that. And so off got it. And as soon as all the weather cleared, it was stormy here for a while. And we get right there. There's no wait. Robert drops me off and finds a parking space right there. And I run in there. And I get it. And it's just tiny little things that I have to take. So it's the second thing I have to take for my heart now. Yay. So we're already at the stage of, well, you take these 25 pills, you will see tomorrow. That's the other thing I love. You open it up and this entire thing falls out behind you. You're like, and it's the things that may go wrong with it. At the very bottom, it says call the poison, sir. Meanwhile, you just read through 14 encyclopedias with language that nobody understands. It's half of it's lead, because it'd be mentioning this drug or that drug. And, like my guys at the pharmacy, they know me. I bring brownies and stuff all the time. You are so crazy. You're so funny. So today I walk in and he goes, hey, pretty lady. He calls me pretty lady. And I was like, hey, dude, I'm just going to go check in. And he said, no, I got you, girl. You told us you was going to pick it up today. I've been sitting here waiting on you. And I looked, there wasn't nobody behind me or anything. There was anybody in pharmacy. And it was Matt. I know Matt. And I said, how you doing, baby? He said, I'm sorry you had to come all the way up here for this. I could have just mailed it to you. But when I asked why they didn't just mail it, you'd already said you were coming up here. And I knew if I mailed it, it'd be another 4 weeks before you got it. So, we laugh a lot. And so I went up there and, he slides it. There's a big drawer like they do at the convenience stores, and you sign it. And he says, well, before he slid it under there, I have this little black purse. It's like, they told me to quit wearing purses, the big purses, because of the injuries to my back. So it's just the cutest little thing. It's like the 50s when they had the little purses. They were cute, matched outfits. It's a little black sequin. It'll sit up. It's got a little silver bow in the middle to dress it up, I guess. Anyway, I was wearing that. I was wearing this. That's a skirt that goes. It's a sheer on the out, and then there's a sheath inside, and it floats. And it looks good. And the sleeves are light. And I add that belt to accentuate other things to accentuate it. Wristbands, all this stuff, Wonder Woman. So I love this bracelet, though, I really do. So he calls me pretty lady, and I asked him one time, I said, why do you call me pretty lady? He said, have you seen what these women wear when they come in here? Did they get out of bed and just get in their car? And I'm dying laughing at that one. I was like, there's people in there. I said, yeah, I think so. He said, you're one of the first ladies, and I've worked here, I think he said 15 or so years, that I have ever seen look like she wanted to be presentable when she went outside. I said, it's the way I was raised. You didn't do that. You had play clothes, you had nice clothes, you had school clothes, but I love my Easter outfits with little socks and little hats and all that stuff. I still do all that. And he says, yeah, I've never seen the same thing twice. And I'm looking, thinking, is he married? And just as I'm thinking this, he says, no, I'm not married. Are you married? This is about 3 or 4 years back. I've been going for 15 years to the same place. Everybody knows everybody. And yeah, I'm married. He says, yeah, you have 40 rings on. I said, no, I only have 31 on today. I have a good time up there. If he knows I'm coming by, he'll get the note that says, I'm going to drop by. They called in medicine. He runs out for me to Starbucks and gets me a coffee and brings it back. So when I come to the window, he comes out the door and he hands me my coffee and my medicine. And gives me a hug. This is how you doing, pretty lady. I was this pretty lady. Sweet man. They're all like that. I call those are Wanda's angels, is what I call them. And if you wait 20 minutes and you haven't seen your doctor, you can reschedule with no problem within, say, a week or so. And if you need the meds, they'll call them in that day anyway. So there's no waiting like there used to be, half a day. Your time is your appointment. You have an appointment. So it's turned out really well. I like it much better. Plus, Healthy Vet is the VA site where you can order your medications. You can check on whatever's coming up, upcoming appointments. If you have questions, you can address your team, and they will get right back to you. I love the site, love it. I've been using it for, it was created just before the pandemic, which, boy, that was howdy, wasn't it? So we were all talking to each other like this. How you feel? I feel damn good. How you doing? I'm so big. I had a new doctor. She says, I know most people can't understand my name, Kuka Junka. So we just say, I'm Dr. P. I said, that just sounds like something I don't want to say. Let's go with Dr. Kunta Gupta. I can say that. I know. I have a lot of friends from India. She said, well, you did. Yeah, okay. But then the last time I saw her, she said, and I was just able to start walking again. And she says, I've ordered your meds for the next year. You are level. If you need to, call in, say you need to make an appointment. If not, I won't see you for a year. I said, okay, I'm good with that. I don't think you should see your doctor every 10 seconds. I mean, and it's the same thing. Oh, you're fine, go home, here's your shit. So, she did have me onto an inhaler. I did call in about that. Instead of making the appointment or doing all that stuff, she just, and the pandemic was going on, she just sent 6 months worth of inhalers, and they worked fine. It turned out the shortness of breath was caused by this myocardial infection, something with my heart. So now they figured that out. It's the VA stuff. That's my husband coming behind me, being rude and playing something. I don't know. But I'm about to get off of here anyway because I'm exhausted today. I've had one of those days. Oh, I see my husband's wanting me to get finished as well. So I hate to, I'll be early. Don't forget, those of you who want, I don't know who wanted to know about the shadow. I call them critters or peekaboos. But I will look that up and get that back to you. That was early in the chat, so I'll have to pull it up. See, if you have time, go in the comments for me and tell me exactly what questions you have about it, or if you've encountered it and still have questions, because it's really vague and I'm not sure. I don't want to address it with a 400-page letter. So yeah, pop in the comments and kind of give me some background on that one if you could. Um, UFOs before Congress? Yes, they have testified now 4 times before Congress on that. Google it, you'll find it. You can just pull it up. They filmed it in Congress. It was filmed and aired, so you can definitely get the footage. Also, yeah, the one that about the pyramid circling over the top of the Pentagon, which was freaking wild. It was filmed by 3 different people, 2 of which were photogenics they were at college for. So, and they had their film checked, nobody had bothered with, but those you can check too online with Google. If you want, if you have any other questions after you've done your research, drop it up here in live chat or comments, and I'll pull up what you're looking for, or I'll get the answer for you. I'll let you know. Let's see, who else was it? Yeah, I call him Donnie. It's probably the whiskey. No. I figured he'd call Kid Rock Bob, I'd call him Donnie. After all, he worked at McDonald's too. Yes, I'm a hippie, died and bred hippie. I don't care what anybody says. I had another couple of questions. I don't remember what they were. I'm trying to troll back to see. I had so many go by. Unusual for me. I had so many to go by, and I didn't get but about 20 of you. So yeah, I can't find it now. I don't know what it was. Oh, they'd like to be on the show, and they could do it through Zoom. Yeah, I'll let you know. I'll send it back to you in comments. Drop me a line down there so I know where to send it to. And yeah, we'll check into that. That's not a problem at all. Yes, I did publish a book. No, I'm not writing anymore. Those damn things are a pain in the rear. I'll think about it. Who else? Yes, my husband is born and bred south. Yes, yes. Well, guys, I gotta go. Any other questions today? Yes, I'm from Chicago. Yeah, it still works. I don't know how. Very funny. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Pretty much, I look so old that when I opened my closet door and I said, "You got anything in there for a woman over 60?" And the damn door slammed shut. So I was like, "Okay, that's a no." Yeah, I really was the waitress at the Last Supper. I've said that before. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, it is funny. It's mine. Don't steal it. Just like I call the Alcatraz thingy down there that they built. I call it Gator Gitmo. Y'all don't get to. That's mine. I'll pat that bitch if I have to. Gator Gitmo. Yeah, yeah. I thought y'all would love that. Okay, guys. I'm almost at just about 10 minutes. I'm gonna Google off here. So toodle pip.